Morning, folks. So far, no change on the trap line. I still have some more to check, but so far it's all still the same, all empty. Well, all of the traps were empty once again. I'm sure you're getting about as sick of seeing empty traps as I am. So, let's do something else today. Back home again now, and for years I've been wanting to build a foundry for melting and casting metal. On that forest fire up there was an old slide-in pickup truck camper that had aluminum siding on it, and that fire burned hot enough that it all melted. I collected that. They're pretty big chunks of aluminum here. And beer cans and things, they're not worth much of anything anymore. So I thought I'd like to try to cast some of those wolf tracks I got. Be kind of neat and make some out of metal. So I went down to the recycle yard and I talked to a friend of mine that runs the thing out of this old propane tank. I think it's been through a fire. It looks like it's been hot and heated. I was able to get the valve off. It's really heavy. It almost felt like it was full, but it's just really thick metal. So that should be perfect for this. But there's no propane in it, no propane smell. This is brass. If I can get that to heat hot enough, I'd kind of like to make some out of brass too. But try the aluminum first. The first thing I'm going to need to do is cut the lid off and try to get a clean cut, not a cutting torch cut. So I think if I wrap this with tape around there, I can follow it with my grinder. Not sure how even that is, but probably work. Okay, so I've got this cut almost all the way around, except for maybe a 4-inch or so piece. And I didn't cut it all because I need to weld a hinge onto it. And that'd probably be the easiest way to get everything lined up and square so that everything fits good. I've got this big old strap hinge, Pflugerville cabin, that burned down this summer. So what I'm thinking, if I put that on there, something like that, and then bend it, it'll only let the lid open so far. I hope. We'll see. That's the thought anyhow. Alright, so my thinking is that once I cut this open and I lift that lid, that should butt up against the bottom and keep it from opening too far. I only want it to go just a little bit past straight up and down. So next I need to cut this hole a little bit bigger, probably 2 or 3 inches around, and finish welding that strap hinge down there on. That or cut it off, one or the other. It's there, I might as well weld it on. And then finish cutting that off, and I should have a pretty good hinged lid. Alright, so that should let the extra heat out once it's going, and I hope that's big enough I can drop a beer can in there to add to the melting pot. This might need to be adjusted a little bit more, but we'll see. Actually, rather than just weld that down flat, I think I'll make a little loop out of it. Be a little bit more fancy. Well, that's how that turned out. I don't know. That gives it a little bit of a little different look to it. Well, I'll roll that around out in the snow, cool it off, and take it home and finish cutting the lid open. It's full of ice. That's why it's so heavy. I don't know how it would have got in there past that valve, but it's. I wondered when I picked it up from the recycle yard, it almost felt like it was full of propane. That kind of worried me a little bit, but it's just water. Okay. Yeah, it's got just a little bit of ice in it. Wonder how that got in there past that brass valve. Oh, the lid opens a little too far still. I want it to be more about there, so that ain't gonna work. I guess like that's okay. Might want to tip over though. surprised. It's got a little bit of a gap in it. That's surprising. I wouldn't have thought that. Can probably heat that hinge and hit it once and probably get rid of that. Probably won't make any difference though. That's kind of a big gap though. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's good and tight now. So, should probably weld this right here a little closer to the edge. But that's going to be a later day thing. That's about as far as I'm going to get, I believe, tonight. Gotta go to Hamilton, Montana again tomorrow. So, might be a day or two before I get another one of these. But, anyhow, from everything I've read on these foundries, you mix plaster Paris and sand together to make the fire lining. So, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We'll see. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time. Bye.